Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
Hello there, planet Earth! How we doing? Ha ha! Buzz the astronaut here, up in space, just being on a spacewalk. Gonna put this thing down. Now, it's very exciting night. I think we got all kinds of Cubs, Beavers, Scouts on board tonight. So I'm gonna give some shout outs to you guys down there. Hello, Nathan and Anna. You guys are from 2nd Oxford. Yeah, awesome. Oh, hello there, Amber, and your brother Oscar from 4th Limb. That sounds like a cool place. See if I can see you from up here. Hey, you guys look up and wave. You might see me floating by. Hey, Jacob and Zach from 1st Innsworth. How you guys doing? Oh, we got Mia and Sam also from 2nd Oxford. How you guys doing? 2nd Oxford are doing really well tonight, hey? Ha ha. Hello, Rufus from 4th Limb. How you doing? Oh, we got Lauren also from 2nd Oxford. How you doing? Hello, Meadowfield 1st Durham. How you guys doing? Oh, we got Ava. So are you guys brownies? Oh, you Cubs? Oh, let us know. We got Innsworth Beavers. How you guys doing? Waterston, 1st Brownies. I remember you guys. You were on the big live with my mate, Ranger Ron, weren't you? How you guys doing? Oh, 1st Kinnison Rainbows. How you guys doing? Dolphin, is that? And Rosa. How are you? You're really excited. That's awesome. Can you see? If you look out your windows, if you see any light going really fast across the sky, it might well be my little space station here. Well, what an exciting night we've got tonight. Cubs, Scouts, Beavers, all you guys that are on board, Rainbows, Brownies, all you guys that are on board. We have got an amazing space adventure tonight that also involves a treasure hunt at your house. How awesome's that? So my people, my mission control have been dealing with your leaders and your people in your homes and setting up some clues that you're going to be looking for in a big treasure hunt game later on in the live. You got about 15 minutes to organize yourselves there, adults, if you're still doing so. But first up, I'm going to be training you in some very important Space Ranger skills. You're going to be introduced to my amazing Space Ranger School anthem. And we may even go on a virtual spacewalk together. What do you think about that? Hello there, Livy. How you doing? 41st Brownies. Well, you guys, give us a wave. Wave up at the sky, because it depends how cloudy it is. But if it's not too cloudy, you might just be able to see my space station. I'll keep an eye out for your waves. Absolutely awesome. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I was wearing my full spacesuit before. That's because I'd been out on a spacewalk. And when we're up here in space, do you know about gravity? Do you know how we don't quite have gravity when we're up in space. Now, this requires you all being up on your feet. I'm conscious that some of you guys, you do these Zoom sessions sat down all comfortable eating your tea. Well, none of that tonight. I want you up on your feet, please. We got action to get on with. So what we're going to do is see if you understand zero gravity, because that's what I'm experiencing now. Now, I hear what some of you are saying. Hey, Astronaut Buzz, you're not floating around the place. That's because I got my magnetic space boots on. I got my space boots on down there, and they're helping me stick to the side of my space station. But when I don't have my magnetic space boots on, you start doing a lot of floating around the space station. So I'll let you all to copy me. Well, you'll get yourselves onto one leg while you stood up with nice space. Use your arms to do a bit of bouncing. Just practice the skill of moving your body steadily, not too jerky, because if you move with a jerk up in space, you could be banging your head on the side of your spacecraft. How are we getting on with bouncing on one leg? Now, if you're struggling, it's good to switch every now and again and test out the other one. It's a good way of getting your core balance for experiencing zero gravity. Now, I reckon we could do you think you guys could hold this for 15 minutes? Would that not quite work for you? That's okay, you can have a rest. Hey, Innsworth Beavers, I understand you're doing well. Hey, leaders, don't be afraid to let us know your leader's name, because I know you guys all have daft names, don't you? Your Arcalas and your Baloos and, all these kind of different things. Shere Khans, all kinds of strange names. Let us know about that. We'll give some shout-outs to some leaders. So your first skill was all about understanding that in space, there's zero gravity. I don't know if you know why. You know why? We're not on a planet, are we? We need to be on a planet to experience gravity. Now, next up, a very important Space Ranger skill. You know that place that's behind me? Anyone know the name of that place behind me? Have a think, shout out at the screen. Might be able to hear you through it with some of my comms. Oh, hi to Shere Khan from 2nd Oxford. How you doing? Hope you're feeling all spacey tonight and you're going to be ready for some proper adventures. So do you know what that place is called behind me? No, it's not Mars. No, it's not Jupiter. It is, of course. Yeah, you got it. It's the moon, of course. Now, we're going to go to the moon later, I think. I might take you on a virtual trip to the moon because that's some of those Americans we've been doing for a long time. I'm going to teach you guys about it. But when you go to the moon, have you heard about moon walking? Yeah, some of you have. Yeah. Now, I'd like you to experience a virtual moonwalking in your living rooms, your dining rooms, wherever you are. And it really involves slow motion running like this. Copy me. Slow motion running, just imagine. Because the gravity means that you're kind of bouncing along in a slow-mo action. Yeah, it can look quite good, this. You can even do all of this. No, that's not moonwalking, that's dancing. Who's that? Hey, how's Mole doing? And you're wearing first Innsworth Beavers. First Innsworth Beavers. How's Mole doing? Is that what your leader's name is? That's a cool leader's name, the Mole. Yeah, you got all the inside info is the Mole. Right, so we're doing some moonwalking there. How we getting on with that slow motion action? You feeling quite groovy? Now, listen, I'm always telling people in my Space Ranger training, the thing about moonwalking like that, all this slow-mo stuff that you see, you see some footage of them bouncing like that. But the truth is, when you're on the moon, you really got to get somewhere. You're better off actually bouncing. So I kind of call it moon bouncing rather than moonwalking. Now, what I want you to do, make sure you got a steady floor, nothing uneven underneath you. I want you to bend down now, and then we're going to thrust ourselves on 3, like on our biggest moon leap. Okay, you ready for this? And we'll come back down to the same spot. 1, 2, 3. How you get on with that? Oh, my magnetic boots really pull me down when I come down. Right, you ready to go again? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Moon bouncing, those of you that are doing that. Well done. So imagine you're doing that on the moon. You can get around much better. This moonwalking is all a bit too slow. You probably noticed the slow motion thing about it. Now, I think I need to teach you my Space Ranger School song and dance moves. You up for that? Now, the first thing you need to know is, how does one get oneself into space? Do you guys know what mobile? Is it a hang glider? Do we use a boat? Oh, hi, little Al. Tony Owl. and Bluebird. Oh, Little Owl, Tawny Owl, and Bluebird from the 41st Bristol Brownies. Hi, guys. Hope you're doing okay down there. Give us a shout out your window. So, how do we get to the moon, guys? What's the mobile that you need to get to the moon? Okay, if you know it, I'd like you to make the shape of it now for me. Can you make the shape of it? Yeah, of course, it's a rocket. We got to use a rocket. Now, in my anthem, we got to use a rocket to fly to the moon. And you get the rhyming bit because we're going to get there soon. You'll see. Now, the other thing I'm going to be telling you about in my anthem is how we landed on the moon as Americans. Ooh, a few years back now, a few decades back, we landed on the moon in a special lunar module. And it had a nickname, and it was called, anybody know? The nickname of the lunar module that landed on the moon was the Eagle. I could fit in with some of you leaders, the Eagle, I guess. Okay, anyway, enough of me talking about this. Let's get you up on your feet and learning. Astronaut Buzz is a famous, world famous, global famous, universal famous anthem. Let's hit the music, maestro. Okay, so you gotta limber up. Imagine you're walking out onto the concourse to get on board your shuttle or your rocket. Yeah, you ready for this? And we're going to start off and we're going to be making shapes like a rocket, okay? You ready for this? Come on, imagine you're striding out ready to enter space the right way on a rocket. Get ready for this. Here goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Hey, hope you're joining in the Space Rangers, Brownies, Beavers, Cubs, Scouts. All you guys, are you ready for the next bit? Do you remember what we landed in? What was the nickname? It was the Eagle. And then we're going to talk about walking on the moon. And what did as Americans do? We put the flag in. So we go, landing an eagle, walking on the moon. We put in the eagle, walking on the moon. We put the flag in soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We've landed in the eagle, walking on the moon. Put the flag in soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're landing in the eagle, walking on the moon. We'll put the flag in soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Let me rock again. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Big rocket finish. Flying in a rocket. Hey! Good work, Space Rangers. Now then, I'm just hearing that, you guys being the sort to be finishing off your tea and jumping on a casual Zoom call around this time after we've just had a few just join in as we're in the middle of my space anthem. But don't worry, I've got a feeling we might do my space anthem again towards the end. And we've been warming up with Space Ranger skills, guys, before we take on the biggest space treasure hunt that Cubs, Brownies, Beavers, Rainbows have ever done together collectively, I think. It's going to be big anyway. And it's at your house. That's the most important thing. So you're in your homes, and your adults have been talking to my mission control and your leaders, and we're going to do an amazing treasure hunt adventure with clues from me, Astronaut Buzz. Hello, Phoebe from First Waterston. First Waterston Brownies. Great to see you. Now, I'm very, very excited because I've arranged for you a virtual spacewalk. Has anybody ever fancied going on a spacewalk before? Now, you have to wear all the right gear. You remember that thing that I had on at the beginning? You know what you call that? Yeah, well, it is, of course, a space helmet. You'd have to have that on and your full oxygen and all that stuff. So I want you to imagine putting all that gear on. Like Buzz here, and preparing yourself for a spacewalk. And you know where we're going to go on a spacewalk? Not outside my space station. No, not my special training space station. We're going to go outside. Do you know what they call that big one that all of the countries around the world have been helping look after and build? Do you know what they call it? Oh, I'm glad to hear Jess and Emmy like the anthem. Well done, Jess and Emmy, for joining in so well. Does anyone know what they call that amazing space station that lots of countries all over the world have been contributing to over the years? Over 20 years now. You know what they call it, that big one? It's a tough one. It is, of course, the International Space Station, or, for those of you really in the know, the ISS. So I want you to imagine now that you're going to join me on an amazing spacewalk outside the International Space Station, the ISS. Are you ready for this? Good job. Okay, I'm going to use my space window here to sort of do a bit of hyperspeed time to get ourselves outside the space station. Oh, I got to say a big hi to First Modeston Brownies. Oh, hang on. I'll get this right in a minute. First Waddeston Brownies. I don't know what I said. I thought I heard myself say First Waddeston, but I said something else. Okay, guys, you got your space boots on, or your imaginary space boots on, space gloves, your oxygen, your helmet. Let's do this. Let's all be on our feet. I'll show you the moves. Okay, so hold tight, guys. We're going outside of the training space station here. I want you to hold on to your tummies. Oh, look at that. What a view. Can you see that amazing piece of machinery behind that picture of that astronaut? Look at that. Look at it. We're outside the ISS and, of course, got all the right gear on. We're fully suited to protect ourselves from radiation and all that powerful stuff on the sun. We can have a really good look, not only at the space station, but at planet Earth, because it's a great view as we orbit the Earth. We've got to keep an eye on a few things. Now, look at that thing. You know what those big, wide, sail-like things that come out the side of the ISS are? Do you know what they are? I can hear a few of you picking it out. You're right. They are solar panels. Good job. Yes, solar panels powering that whole thing. And they are very important to look after. So we have to have a good look. Oh, God, my tummy goes. Is your tummy going? Whoa. I have to say, it's like going on one of those big wheels. Whoa, look at that view. You can see the solar panels and you can see the lights down there on planet Earth. Is that the UK we're going on? I don't know, actually. I think the USA, actually. Hey, look at that horizon. You seen that? It's like look at the light. It's like the aura of, you know, what do you call it? The northern lights. But it's not the northern lights. That's just the outer atmosphere dealing with the radiation from the sun. Wow. Whoa, I can't get enough spacewalking, I have to say. What have you guys? Do you think you could stomach that? Can you handle being that high? Oh, hold tight. I think we're going to have to think about coming back on board the training station. Whoa, I have to say, my tummy goes. And when you're out here for this long, you have to say you're doing a lot of spinning around. It doesn't matter. Tiny little movements, guys. Tiny little movements that you shoot around. Oh, what did you think about that, guys? How cool is that, going outside on your first virtual spacewalk? Oh, hi there to Rama and Adam Miller at Fourth Limb. Good to see you guys. Hello to SJ and Anders at First Kinnerton. Oh, I think you're rainbows. I hear First Kinnerton rainbows. Wow, what fun. Did you enjoy going on your first ever virtual spacewalk? Do you think you would want to train to be an astronaut and do something like that? Wear all that gear, have your comms with mission control, and go out there and check out that everything's A-OK at the same time as looking after yourself, of course. Wow, I am so excited, guys, because we have now found ourselves in the place where we're going to start your amazing treasure hunt adventure at your house. Are you guys ready? Now, hopefully, the most important thing is your adults are ready and they've prepared as directed to either print out or draw 5 clue points that are going to be hidden around your home. Now, if they haven't quite done it, get on with it. But what I want to say is, I'm going to do a clue one at a time, Cubs, beavers, rainbows, brownies. I'm going to do one at a time. And you're only looking for that clue. So if you see any other clues, I warn you, maybe you might commit it to memory where you saw it, but you leave it where it is, and you're only returning with either the clue I've given you the riddle for we've solved together, or the letter on it marked. So what I say is if it's stuck down somewhere high and difficult to get, you could just make a note of the letter on it, because there's a set of letters that connects up our clues. And I want to make sure that you're finding them. So as you find them, we're going to give you a minute at a time. But as you find them and you return back to the screen where you're watching Buzz the Astronaut here, I want you to get your adults, if you've got them available, to let us know in the chat box that you've made it back. If you haven't got an adult nearby to do that, don't worry. There'll be enough people letting us know that you've succeeded, I'm sure. And a whole minute is quite a lot of time to find each clue. I think you'll find it. Hello, Sebastian and Rabbity. You're apparently at First Innsworth, guys. Hey. Oh, and apparently I need to do a big shout out to Susie Snowy Owl from Waterston. You're amazing, I'm hearing. So you got some fans, Susie. Well done. Good job. Right, so we're going to play the most amazing space adventure treasure at your house. And this is where we test out how much you know about space stuff and how good you are at finding things. You guys good at finding things? Okay, so are you ready for clue number one? Can I remember? Is it clue number one that we do first normally? Anyone got any ideas around here? Oh, now that's the friendly space shuttle. Sometimes tells you things on numbers. So very cool. Look at that. Oh, it's clue number one time. Hey, I knew that. That space shuttle. Okay, guys. Listen carefully to the whole clue. We will solve it. Then we'll hit a hooter, and you'll get a whole minute of musical background while you go hunting around your homes. Okay, here goes. This planet is sometimes called the jewel of the solar system. It is mostly made of gases and surrounded by beautiful rings. You need to therefore find the second biggest planet in our solar system. And that is, of course, Saturn. If you didn't know, it's Saturn. It's the one with the beautiful rings around it. Saturn. That's the second biggest planet. Now, that's the clue that you're looking for. There should be a picture of Saturn somewhere hidden about your home. You're allowed to get some local guidance from your adults because they've hidden them. And remember, you're only looking for Saturn and the letter on it marked. And then you return back to me, Buzz the Astronaut. And if you can, and you've got an adult available, let them pop something in the chat that lets us know you've returned to base. Hello, David at Fourth Limb. And Harrison at Fourth Limb. Of course, you're probably not hearing these shout-outs because you're out searching for Saturn, the first clue point. Hello, Beer from Waterston. You're loving it, I hear. Good work. Jasmine, you've already found the second biggest planet in our solar system. Obviously, in your house. A picture of it. Excellent work. Look, what you're hearing now is the countdown from the famous moon landing journey to the Apollo. Oh, hello, Alice. You're back. Good work. I was just saying that you were just hearing in the background the commentary of a successful mission to the moon in the Apollo back in the day. Hello, Alice. So you successfully found. Oh, I've heard that Alice Norton, that is, we believe that your dad might be helping you. That's our theory. Okay. Who's that? Rose, you found the first letter, and she said what the first letter is. So Eva has found it. James has found it. Jacob's back. Emily, you're back. Good job. So you've all found the letter P, I hope. So that's the correct clue. The first letter in the series of 5 letters to collect, as well as the clues if you can. And if you can't collect the clues, leave them where they are and get them later. Whoa. Wow. So, wow, we've done our first one. You were pretty good at that. It sounds like most of you succeeded. So you get used to this. We do a riddle. I give you a minute to think about it, solve it with me, and then you get a minute to go look for it somewhere in your abode where you're dwelling, because your adults will be testing you out as much as they think you're good. Now, of course, adults, if you notice they're finding these things really easily, there's always a chance while I'm waffling on each individual clue, you move them. Hide them even better. Hi, Austin. You're in First Innsworth, apparently. Oh, Austin, excellent. Good work. Now then, let's think about this. What clue number are we on to? We've done one. If we've done one, what clue would you do after? Hey, shuttle driver man. You know, the space shuttle, it did a job for 20 years. It's out of commission now, but look at that thing. It was beautiful. There you are. It's clue number 2. Thank you, space shuttle, for your help. In service for 20 years, that thing. Now, listen carefully to the whole clue, and then you can solve it with me. You'll hear the hooter, and you get a whole minute to search your home for the next clue point. Here goes. In space exploration, we need to deploy instruments to take close-up pictures and analyze the minerals and rocks and all that stuff on new planets. This requires robotic vehicles. I always say, you know, it ain't over until you deploy a space. Do you know what I'm talking about? It ain't over until you deploy a space. It's a robotic vehicle. Space rover. Space rover. That's the answer. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for. There's your hooter. Let's crank up the noise on that hooter. Hey, there's your hooter. You got to go looking now for your mobile vehicle. It's an automated robotic vehicle that analyzes planets, and it's called a space rover. Hello to Lily at the second brownies in Meadowfield. Meadowfield, excellent. Good, I hope you're having fun. Of course, you possibly missed that while you were looking for your space rover, but hey, you might have been near enough to hear it, and there's always the, you can look back at the record afterwards, Hello, Archie at Fort Blim, how you doing? Hello, Elliot, First Waterston, how you doing? Oh, James found it too easy. Look, adults, you got to test these guys out. Put them in drawers, put them under things. Hey, hi, Animal. How you doing? Well done. Good job. Here's the countdown sequence.
1, 0.
Apparently, Josh and Tyler, you're back from second Oxford. Good job. Look at that. We got liftoff. Oh, it's such a great time. Oh, I can't tell you exactly when because I got that in my quiz later. There goes the trumpet finish. That means you've had over a minute searching for clue number 2. Livy was super fast, I'm hearing. Adam, good job. You found it. Excellent work. So what do you think about your space rover? Would you like to control with the nose? I have to say, I've never been good with those remote control things. Last time I took one out, it went in a ditch. So you found your space rovers, and you could be future space rover drivers yourselves, you guys, yeah? Okay, now, so we've done 2 clues. Anyone? What is it? Number 4. What clue would you do if you've done? We're doing 5 in total, right? And I've done 2. What would you do? Hey, shuttle driver, yeah, hi, good to see you. Yeah, good takeoff, yeah. Oh, of course, clue number 3. Great, I knew that. I knew that, honestly. I mean, seriously, I'm rubbish with numbers. Okay, it must be the lack of oxygen up here I'm having today. You know, we need to change that cylinder. Right, okay. So clue number 3 we're on to. Whether you are planning a mission, stargazing, or looking for planets, you need this looking device. What do you think, Rangers? Can you cope with finding a finish it, it rhymes. Can you cope with finding a well, not a television. What rhymes with cope? Telescope. Yeah, you're looking for a telescope. That's your next thing that you're looking for. Yeah, some of you have already left. Bye. If you get hold of this telescope, you could have a look out the window and see if you can see my space station flying by. Now, I'm always interested to find who else is watching out there, guys. We've got some pets and stuff. You know, we once had it was some kind of snake, some orange snake on one of our lives, and apparently it slept through the whole thing, which you find hard to believe with the noise we make. But let us know if you got any unusual pets or, relatives in the family that are around. Oh, hi, Jessica, how you doing? You're back, good work. Wow, Jessica. Eleanor, good job. Ava, you found it. 7, Rafa found it, so you've been fine. Lily, you found the
Ignition
telescope.
sequence start.
Josh and Tyler, you found it. Wow. Listen to this character. Just sends a tingle down my spine thinking about when us Americans, we proudly went to the moon and we put people on it, put man on the moon.
32 minutes past the hour.
How
Lift
awesome.
up on
How
Apollo
awesome.
11.
Hey, well done, Eva. Good job. Oh, there you got it. That's the hooter. And that means you've had over a minute. Well done, Robert. You're back from your adventure. Rosa's back. Good job. Oh, Lacey, this is interesting. Lacey has a budgie called Colin. Now, does this budgie say stuff back to you? Hey, budgie, what if I say, do you copy? Over. Is it coming back to me? Budgie, do you copy? Over. Oh, God, maybe I'm mixing that up with another kind of bird. Hey, Sana, well done. Good job. You found the telescope. Beer, you're back as well. Good job. Nathan, great job. Wow, you guys are getting good at this. Adults, while I do a little bit of ramble now, next clues, hide them even better. Under something, behind something. You know what? There was one live, and I thought, I think this is not playing by the rules, adults, but there was a granddad round, right? And he decided to stick the clue to his back and do all this. Go, what clue? What clue are you looking for? Where would you think it would be? So I'm just saying, how much fun is that? But wrong, leaders. Don't play it that way. That's not fair. Okay, right. So we've done 1, 2, 3 clues now. I'm not good with numbers. Mr. Shuttle Driver or anybody out there, what number comes after 3 if you're doing a sequence of 5? Oh, it's 4. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Shuttle Driver. Yeah, one of these days, numbers are going to stick. Right, okay. Well done, Emmy. Oh, Emmy's already been putting the letters together. Interesting move, Emmy. Well done. Right, okay. Now then, we're on to clue number 4. Listen to the whole clue, and then I'll hit the hooter, and you can look for it. Right, here goes. For your next clue, you are looking for an emu. No, I'm not talking about one of those bird things, you know. This actually stands for extravehicular mobility unit. Extravehicular mobility unit. An emu, right? This unit is something you need to go on a spacewalk, you see. This unit is the thing that you saw me in early on. So you now got a technical word for that thing, that hat that astronauts wear. You know what that hat's called? Oh, gosh, I'm sure I had another rhyme going for this. But hey, it's a space helmet, but otherwise known as an emu, an extravehicular mobility unit. Go find a space helmet. Somewhere there is a space helmet clue hidden around and about your homes. We lost all the rhyming in that one. You know, we're going to have to refer. Jacob, wowzers, you knew what an emu was? I was thinking of one of those ostrichy things, you know, that runs fast. You were thinking, obviously, of a space helmet. Lily, you're back. You're adults. Did they understand that they were meant to hide these things? Or could it be that you guys have been nosing about where your adults have been putting these things? That's one thing I'm wondering. Bronwyn and Morgan, you're back. Good job. So you have found your emu. Alex and Cora from Fourth Limb. Hello, guys. My cousin knows you, doesn't he? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, excellent. Superb, Fourth Limb. Good job. Oh, there's that countdown back in the day. What fun that was.
All engine running.
Oh, James has already been looking at the word idea and connecting up the letters. Rose, you just come back with a T. Interesting. Okay. Sounds like you're finding the right ones. There's the hooter. So hopefully everybody's had just over a minute now. We haven't lost anybody to, you know, a trip down a far corridor at home or into the basement or the loft. Hopefully we've not gone that far afield. Eve, you're back. Amber, you're back. Excellent work. Okay, adults, so there's one clue to go. Now, if you think your little beaver, brownie, cub, or rainbow has potentially seen where the clue is, I'll keep their attention now. You hide it somewhere else under something. Right, okay, listen up. My Space Rangers in training. This is going to be your full next clue. I'm going to finish the whole clue. Then we're going to solve it together. And then I'll hit the hooter, and then you'll have a whole minute to look for it. Then you'll come back, and you'll let me... Oh, what number is it? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot about the show. Okay, yeah. Hey, Clue, how you doing? Clue number 5, just in case. You know, my numbers brain is gone again. So I'm going to give you the whole clue number 5. We'll solve it together. Then we'll hit the hooter. That's when you get to go look for your treasure point. And then when you found your treasure point, you come back and let me know I'm here. Then you, if you haven't already solved it, you work out what the letters from all the clue points could potentially make as a space-related word. So your mission now is to find the rocky, earless worlds that orbit our sun. Many of these minor planets are gathered in a belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. When we're navigating in space, we often need to avoid a collision with an asteroid. It rhymes with void. You often need to avoid a collision with an asteroid. You know what I'm saying? Asteroid! Hit the hooter! You gotta go! You gotta find the asteroid belt somewhere hidden about your home. Hopefully better now because I gave me loads of time there. Oh, hi, Ned from Fourth Limb. How you doing? Sounds like Fourth Limb are very active tonight. Good work, guys. And if you've got your your 5th clue, then you should now have 5 clue points. Anthony's already been working it out. Good work. Now, so I have made it quite easy for you because, I do that sometimes just to see that you might think, no, that can't be right because it's too easy. I put them in the order that I found them in and that makes a word. Well, you never know. Maybe there's another word. Can you make another word out of the 5-letter word that I've given you? No. It is the order you found them in. If you put the letters in the order that you found them, they make a space-related word.
5, 4.
Ava at Meadowfield First has got it. Good job. Here comes all the engines running. Lift off. Boom. We've nearly had a minute, but not quite. So got to give everybody enough time to have found the 5th clue. Does the trumpet finish? Hey, good job, everybody, if you're back. A brilliant job if you've already pieced together the letters that we have found across the 5 clues into a space-related word. Now, if you haven't quite done it, maybe you're one of our younger contingents, one of our younger beavers, our younger rainbows. Make sure you get some help from a sibling or an adult at home and see if you can piece together the letters. Beatrice and Jesse, you've got it. Okay, it's sounding. Isabella's got it. Archie's got it. Adam's got it. You know what? I should have rearranged those letters, shouldn't I? Okay, guys. Now, what I want you to do is on 3. I want you to don't open a window. No, that's a bad idea. I just thought about that and then thought, no, you will. So no, don't open it. But imagine you've opened the window and shout out at the imaginary open window up to me here in the space station as loud as you possibly can what the word is. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, my comms are picking up something. Hang on, there's a bit of a delay. Oh, I got it. Good job. It is, of course, Pluto. Now, bonus points for you very, very clever space rangers that worked out it was Pluto. Can you tell me anything interesting about Pluto? And I'm not going to give you too long. This is a bonus quiz question. I got some quiz questions to come, but can anyone out there tell me anything interesting about Pluto? You're going to have to tell your adult to type into the feed, and my comms team will let me know what your thoughts are. Well done to Harry and Evie. Good job. So is there anything interesting about Pluto that you could tell me? It's obviously a very relevant thing to mention from our solar system, but keyword being thing. Can you tell me anything interesting about Pluto? Oh, James, I knew there would be a clever, you a cub or a scout? You know, it's clever that, James. Exactly. And now, if you didn't know this, it's a very interesting fact. Very recently, in the last few years, Pluto has been declassified. It is no longer officially one of our planets. Morgan knew that as well. It is no longer officially one of our planets, Pluto. It is actually not classed. It's now a dwarf planet. Alice knew that. It's now classed as a dwarf planet, and this means something to do with it hasn't quite cleared its whole orbit area of other stuff, probably asteroids and things. Oh, and Harriet knows the official date. 2006. That was me thinking it was only a few years ago. Good job, Harriet. You know, that's space brain for me. I just forget the years sometimes. Well done, Harriet. So Pluto has been declassified. It's no longer counted as one of our solar system's main planets. Oh, and very interesting. Archie with a great fact. He knows that one day on Pluto, in fact, lasts over 6 days. How awesome is that? I could do with a day like that with the stuff I've got to get done back on planet Earth. Right, okay. Now, I've got lots of these quiz question fun things to come yet. But before we do that, I wondered if you guys, you're feeling your imaginations. Now you've been on your space adventure around your homes. Do you think you could imagine being part of the team that landed the Eagle lunar module onto the moon? I'm not going to tell you quite when, but let's say a few decades back, okay? So we're gonna talk about the time as Americans successfully landed a vehicle from our control module, our command module. We landed our lunar module onto the moon. Now, would you like to have a go at helping do all the right things to land the lunar module? I knew some of you would. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to do my amazing quiz. And we might even do my amazing anthem again. So there's lots of fun still to come, guys. Okay, so just a couple of things I need to tell you about. You've probably noticed down here I've got some controls. Now, that lever there, or is it that lever there? You have to mirror image of yourself. Always doesn't help. That lever there, right? If you just ease back on that, when we need to, that's pulling on the power. And that helps you put the thrusters on to slow down the lunar module as we get close to the surface. You're going to have to be ready for that. But before that, we have to do a bit of joystick action. Now, this isn't actually the lunar module controls deck. So imagine you got a joystick here, and that's just going to help you to just do little adjustments. You guys know all about these things with all those, controllers that you guys use. So let's get out there and see if you guys can concentrate. So get your concentration heads on, and we're going to go through the lunar module simulation of landing the Eagle lunar module, just like they did back in the day. Here goes. Okay, guys, so imagine you are there. You just on your own, managing the controls of the Eagle. Well, two of you in, of course. So we can see that's the view from the command module looking down at the lunar surface. And any minute now, we are going to see the Eagle lunar module. And you'd be one of two people guiding it in. You'd have one of you checking all of the instruments. And look, there it is. You can see his little thruster. So just imagine you just giving it a little bit of thrust to slow down its descent. And that's why you need a bit of thrust on. Use your thruster, just easing the power back there so it's not coming down too fast. And we've got to line it up now. We're going to get the command module view in a minute. That's it. Look at this. You can see it's approaching the surface. You just got to ease it left a bit. Ease it left. Maybe a little bit right. Got to hit that, surface really perfectly square. Right, okay, the landing gear is going. So get ready to pull back on the thrusters. Pull back on the thrusters. Pull back, pull back, pull back. That's it. That's it. You have engaged. We have engaged with the lunar surface. That is an awesome, perfect landing. Look at that. We have just landed the Eagle lunar module, just like they did back then. Look at this. That's an important bit. Remember that bit for my anthem? We'll put the flag in soon. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. There it is. We got that wonderful USA. I know you guys in the UK. You know that we're good. You know we're good. Right. So look at that. And then back up there in the command module, ready for you to reconnect. We're ready to reconnect. Okay, so we're going to come back on to my training space station now. Good job there, guys, on handling those controls. I hope you felt that proud moment there. Well, there's a very interesting question coming on the feed. Helen's asking, has there ever been a woman that has landed on the moon? Well, we've had women in space. We've had them in the International Space Station. But we're yet to have a woman on the moon. But guess what, Helen? It is planned next year. You watch that space at NASA because we have a mission planned to put a woman on the moon for the first time. In fact, we're going through a whole, program of organizing that at the moment. It's very exciting. You should look that up. If you're a brownie or you're a rainbow or even a beaver or cub, this is exciting times to get women onto the moon. I'm very excited for that. That'll be absolutely awesome. Next year, that's the plan. Okay, guys. Now, wow, do you feel good about being involved in a virtual moon landing? Gosh, I feel proud just to be American, I have to say, and to be connected with all of those triumphs that we've had out here in space. Okay, are you ready for Astronaut Buzz's amazing, awesome quiz? I know you're all clever, so you're probably going to get these really quickly, but let's see. We have some tension music and everything lined up for my amazing space quiz where I use my technology up here to show you a few things. So, are you ready for your first one? Get your brains tuned in, guys. Let's show off how bright you are. So I'm going to show you a VT in a minute, as we call it, of space. And you're going to have to take a question. You have to identify that thing and take a question on that thing. Okay. Hello, Ruby from First Waterston. Good job. Right, let's get on with my amazing Space Ranger quiz. Get ready, guys. Have a look at this. Now, what you're about to see, look at this. This is a big cluster of suns, stars, and planets. Now, who can give me the perfect name for this? Because this is actually a visualization of something you may well know. What is this thing? And what I will say is there's some chocolate bar brands that help out with this whole idea. Hi, Ned from Fourth Limb. How you doing? Now, we've got some tension music playing. Crank that up in the back room, will you? Just so we can feel those brains ticking, those curves, beavers, rainbows, brownies. Do they know what this is an amazing visualization of? What do we have before you? How are those brains ticking? Are you all shouting at the screen? You already know. Oh, Harry. Very fancy word. Harriet, a fancy word. Nebula, not a bad expression for it. I'm looking for the specific name, though, of this cluster. James is coming with galaxy, which is one of the words. And Lacey has come in with, of course, Milky Way galaxy is, in fact, a visualization of our very own galaxy, the Milky Way. So I would say very well done to all of you. Even Nebula was pretty impressive. But that is, of course, an amazing visualization of a galaxy, or more specifically, our own Milky Way. And who's that? Eva said Milky Way. Good job. Ellie said Milky Way. Good job. Luca, second Oxford. Good job. Phoebe, good job. William, great job. Oh, it looks like many of you worked that out. It's a bit of an easy one for the opener. I was hoping that you guys, being so well trained in your scouting and guiding and all your movements, I was thinking you guys would probably know that that was a galaxy. So I was just warming you up with that one. Let me see if my next one is going to catch any of you guys out. So again, we're going to have to do a bit of a quiz question around this visual. So first of all, what are we looking at? Let's see what we're looking at when we come to my amazing visual VT quiz. Oh, now what's that view? What is that view there? Does anybody know? Yep, we are somewhere looking at somewhere. Now, where could it be, given what we've been up to today? Hey, any ideas? Okay, we seem to have orbited or something. We've moved around a bit, so you can't see it all now. But where are we, and what were we looking at the beginning of that VT? Do you want to play that VT from the top again? Backroom team, let's play that VT. Oh, we've got to go through hyperspace again, it seems. And look at that. What is that a view of? What are we seeing, and where are we? Oh, Ella from First Waterston, loving the quiz. Good on you, Ella. Oh, so James has identified that blue planet. It is, of course, the beautiful planet Earth. Edward knew that as well. Now, here's my quiz question for you, though. So that was the easy bit. That's planet Earth, and we were on the moon there. Now, the quiz question for you is how far from planet Earth is the moon? Now, I'm going to give you A, B, and C. I'm going to give you A, B, and C. A, 380,000 kilometers. B, 550,000 kilometers. Or C, 45,000 kilometers. So is it A, 380,000 kilometers, B, 550 kilometers, or C, 45,000 kilometers from planet Earth? I mean, I think you'll agree they're all pretty big distances. I mean, don't ask me to put them in miles. I know you You Europeans, you like miles. I do kilometers in the USA, you know. Let me know what you think. What are you thinking? 380,000 is A. 550,000 is B. 45,000 is C. Probably should have put them in numerical order, shouldn't I? David's gone. David from Lim thinks A. Not coming in yet, David, but thanks for the answer. James thinks A. There's a couple going for B and C, I hear.
Tranquility Base.
There you are. Eagle has landed. Commentary coming in there. That's the end of your quiz thinking time. Eva's gone for A. Wow, guys, great job just having a go at this one, because I thought this would stump a lot of you. I'm amazed that some of you have got it right. It is, in fact, 380,000 kilometers. Can you believe that colossal distance? And it actually takes nearly 2 days to get from planet Earth in a space rocket journey to the moon. Can you believe that? That's just crazy. Hey, if you said A, great job. If you had a go and you said 550 or 45,000, you did better than anyone who didn't have a go. So well done. Okay, right. Hopefully you've learned something there, guys. Commit that one to memory. It's a good fact to have in the future. Right then. So next up, we got a VT for this one. I can't remember what the VT is. Oh, of course. Yes, it's all about the USA glory, this next one, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, of course. We saw this sequence earlier. What's that guy doing? Put the flag in soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, of course. It's the glorious USA flag on the moon. I think you'll agree. I don't think you needed to guess at that one. That wasn't a quiz question. The question I've got for you is, when did the USA first put man's feet on the moon? Was it A, in 1969, B, 1971, or C, 1985? So there you go. We need some tension music while these guys all think about it. Backroom team, mission control. Yeah, so let's see how you are with your dates now, guys. So bonus points if you know the month. Triple bonus points if you know the date. But what year did we land on the moon? Was it A, 1969, B, 1971, C, 1985? I mean, a lot of you were not born, of course, so you have to know your history. Oh, we've got a lot of answers of A coming in. Isabella, well done. Harriet. Oh, and I think Harriet knew about Pluto and all. We had Archie telling us about the 6-day orbit and stuff, and we've had some amazing info amongst you. Luke has gone for A. Good job. We're just hearing a bit of commentary there when the Eagle was landed. Wow, William's gone for A. Now, okay, I'm gonna let you all know. Well done, good job. It was 1969. It was, in fact, the 20th of July. In fact, is that right? Yeah, the 20th of July, 1969. I had to think for a minute. But yeah, it's over 50 years ago, 51 years ago that we first did this. How exciting was it? And the thing is, there was something interesting I was going to tell you about it, and it's all gone from me. Oh, David used July as well. Good job, David. William knew that. Great work. Now, that's what I was going to tell you. Sana knew as well. Hey, just listen up. This is a really interesting thing that I don't know if you've seen this, but when they landed that Eagle lunar module onto the lunar surface, they have calculated with their instruments that we're not much better than, a brick phone in the early days, adults, and we're talking, the computers on the lunar module were pretty poor when we look at what those guys are carrying around in our pockets these days. But the interesting thing was, we've done some calculations in all of the sort of deconstruct of landing on the moon, and they had just probably about 15 seconds left of fuel to land the lunar module. And if they hadn't successfully landed it just when they did, they would have had to abort to try and get back to the command unit. So it's absolutely astonishing that with those really bad computers, we did it. So hopefully we're going to be doing a lot better job when we go back next year. Oh, and James, you about to be in Apollo 11. Good job on that, James. Wow. What an awesome, awesome thing that we did there. And you guys know all about that history. Good job. Right, so I'm going to test you out now. Let's see if I can really catch you out with something a bit more testing about space. It's not all about what we did on the moon. Now, first of all, you've got to identify, what are we looking at? What is this space thing We're looking at a space thing out of my amazing space window here. Now, give it some time. Look at what's going on, guys. So, big points for if you know what it's called and what's going on in this scene. This is a visualization because this stuff is hard to catch on camera. But what is that a visualization of? Can you see? What would you think that might have been? Put your thinking caps on, you space rangers. Learning so much about space together tonight. Oh, very interesting that some people have identified the initial visual as a sun. It was a sun, Austin. Well done, but there's more to this scene. What happened in that scene to the sun and what caused it? That's the detail I'm looking for. So you have to know a bit about what can go on in space, and this is now being proven. I think we've even had series of telescopes put together a digital image of this process, which is very hard to capture. Oh, 7, Raph, I'm loving your space dialect and your knowledge there, because you're talking about a solar flare and a solar wind, and it could have been that, but it wasn't. But it was a great job of a guess, that. Now, what's going on there is there's a little hole. So we just play the VT again, please, comms team. We'll just show everybody, and I'll describe it as it goes on. Don't worry if you have to play the whizzy thing. We could cope with the whizzy thing again. Whoa, hold tight. Here we go. Right. Okay, guys, so watch this scene. So it starts out really interesting, this. Oh, Harriet's already got... Harriet, you're top of the class. You training to be an astronaut? So look at that. We got a sun. But look, the sun is getting what I would call sucked into a little dot. So you're probably all starting to guess, oh, I got it now, Astronaut Buzz. And look, all of that sun has just been sucked deep into that hole. And of course, that hole is a black hole. Good job, Harriet. Good job, Harriet, for knowing that. Good job for all of you working that out as we watched it. That is a black hole. Can you imagine? They're sucking in stars and galaxies and all sorts of stuff all around them. You know, quite a worrying thing. Don't want one of them on our backyard, do we? Have we got time for one more? Yeah, you think you're good enough for one more? Good job, Harriet. Okay, let's have a look and see how well you know our solar system. So the first question I've got for you is, how many planets do we have in our solar system? And let's see if this visual helps you at all. So have a good look at this. Let's play some tension music, otherwise, you know, I have to talk. I'm going to let you all think for a minute. Have a look at this visual. How many planets? That's the sun on the left. I'll give you a clue. The sun is the orange thing. But look at all those planets. How many do we have in our solar system? You should remember from the treasure hunt what the biggest one's called. Oh, there's a lot of right answers coming in. Good job, guys. Good job. Maybe you're just counting well, but Mia and Sam have gone with 8. Good job. 7, Raph. Phoebe says 8. Good job. William says 8. Good job. Good job. Ruby, good job. Right, come back to me. Come back to me. Mission control. Right then. Wow. Good job, everybody. Yes, I wondered whether you might have counted the moon and maybe got it wrong, though, and come up with 9. But good job. You identified what was what, and you obviously worked out where planet Earth sat in things. Now, bonus quiz question for you here. What is the name of the smallest planet in our solar system? And you may have noticed that the smallest planet is actually very close to the sun. Oh, interesting. Helen's come out with his hundreds of moons, and yeah, I think we have got a few more moons than just our own in our solar system. Yeah, well, I'm just hearing from a comms team that a lot of you said 9. Well, the interesting thing about the number 9 is there wasn't 9 planets in that picture, because we had the Earth's moon had appeared in that picture. But what we do have going on with our whole solar system is a lot of research into whether there is a humongous planet 9 some distance out, a lot further away from the sun. But we haven't found it. We don't know what's going on. So, the smallest planet, anybody got an answer? Izzy's coming with Mercury. Good job. Williams, good job with Mercury. Mia, Sam, good job. Adam Miller, you knew it was Mercury. You know your solar system. Good job. Helena, Well done. James. Oh, loads of awesome answers. You knew about it being Mercury. Yeah, fascinating. That tiny little thing very close to the sun compared to us. And of course, we saw the biggest planet, didn't we, in our treasure hunt. Do you remember what that was called? Yep. Of course, we had Saturn was our second biggest, but it's Jupiter, isn't it? Jupiter, that big gas giant. Right. Good job, guys. I am absolutely fascinated with how much knowledge you guys have of space. Absolutely awesome. Space is the future, you know. We're going to have to do a lot more trips out there. We've just recently sent 3 rovers, space rovers, you know, those ones we found as clue number 2. We just sent 3 of them off to Mars because it was the shortest distance to get to Mars in a long time because of the way the orbits are lined up. They all went off in July. So it's very exciting time, space exploration ahead for you guys. If you fancy being an astronaut, keep up your training. And better still, it's all good knowledge to have. Oh, Seb Rath knew about Jupiter. Good job. Now, what about a bit of a dance-off for a finish? Do you think you can handle joining me for an amazing dance to my amazing bit of Space Ranger anthem fun? I couldn't think what to call it then for a minute. Right, let's get leaders on your feet. Let's get adults on your feet. Let's get siblings on their feet. Let's rock this place and get ourselves in a rocket to the moon. Here we go. We need some music, Maestro. This is just very dry. Okay, crank it. Yeah. Okay, so imagine you're walking out onto the tarmac. They've selected you to represent your nation, your country, to fly to the moon, or maybe beyond, maybe to Mars. Are you ready for this? So don't forget the moves. All that stuff. You can join in when you're ready. Here it goes. Not quite. Next round. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Great job. Now, do you remember what they call the lunar module? Had wings? Of course, the Eagle. And we're gonna land in the Eagle, walk on the moon, put the flag in soon, and all that Zoom stuff. Are you ready for this? Let's do this. Oh, we're not quite ready. It's on the next round. Practice your wings. Okay. Here goes. Landing in the Eagle. We're walking on the moon. We'll put the flag in zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Landing in the Eagle. Walking on the moon. We'll put the flag in zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Landing in the Eagle. Walking on the moon. We'll put the flag in zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Get back in the rocket. Flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying in a rocket. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get there soon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Big finish. We're flying in a rocket. Ha ha! Wow! Hey, we've just had a shout out from Dolphin to First Kinnerton Rainbows. Good job. Well done, guys, for joining in all this awesome treasure hunt fun and Space Ranger fun in your homes. Thank you to Innsworth. Thank you, everybody. You brownies, you cubs, you beavers, you rainbows. You've been absolutely awesome. You have made my night up here. I was going to be lonely up here in space tonight. And you guys have joined me, and I've joined you in your homes. And we've done a treasure hunt. We've done dancing. We've done Space Ranger skills. And we've proved that you guys know a lot, which is always good. Thank you to all of Waddesdon Brownies. Thank you, leaders, for doing your job in making this happen. Thank you, Fourth Limb, for joining us. Thank you to Meadowfield Brownies. Thank you, all those adults at home that have done all the clue hiding. Thank you to Second Oxford. You guys have been truly awesome. So much fun is going to be going on through these channels. I think some of you might be joining my friend. He's an older grandpa friend of mine called Merlin the Wizard. He's doing some fun stuff later on around Halloween time. So you can either join in your troops if you already are signed up, or you can even look at Halloween weekend at Wonder Adventures Online and join that fun. Hey, Sam, thanks for the shout out on the Rocket song. Yeah, that's quite cool, isn't it? I like it. It's always a song that runs through your head all night, really. Thank you, Seb and Rath. Thank you, Kenzie. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you, Austin. Thanks, Josh and Tyler, even. Thanks, Adam Miller. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, leaders, for bringing your troops on board tonight. I hope you've all had amazing space fun. Please send us some photos, the ones that you're allowed to. Parents at home, send us some pictures. Share them in the group. And, of course, most importantly, adults, parents at home, share some pictures with your leaders so they know that your guys have turned up. I forgot to make a big point of that. It will be very helpful, parents, for you to send pictures in to your leaders as much as anything to share the love, but also to tell them that your youngsters turned up to this amazing night that was organized mainly by your leaders. So good job, leaders, for getting this all prepared, and good job, adults at home, for setting everything up. Thank you, Jessica and Caitlin. Thank Lillian and Evangeline. Good job. Now, we're going to be playing out the same titles that we had at the beginning. So if you missed the opening titles, watch them at the end, because you'll feel all astronaut-like as you go off to, get all your hot cocoa and no s'mores this time. It's too late for s'mores, you lot. Thank you, Verity. Thank you, Emily.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Right, we're going to play out now. See you all again soon.
12,
Bye for now.
11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.